This video is about one of the most common questions that I receive: should I quit my job and start my own business? Now in this video we will discuss 1, how can you answer this question for yourself, and 2, how can you go about the process of quitting a job and starting your own business. So first off, I want you to explore for yourself, why do you want to quit your job and start your own business? I hear 2 kinds of answers. The first kind of answer is, I hate my job, or I hate my boss, or I don't want to live a 9-to-5 life. The second kind of answers I receive are, I want to make more money, or I want to solve a problem, or I want to build something that I'm proud of. Now, if you're somebody who's in the first school of thought, you want to start your own business because you hate your job, you've got bored, you feel stagnated, then let me tell you, that might be a good starting point for you to look out to go and start your business. But that motivation is not enough, because if you're getting bored in your job, it might be possible that when you start your own business and you have to do a lot of things that you don't want to do initially, you will get bored there as well. So while wanting to start a business because you hate your job can be a good starting point, you need a deeper reason to start a business. Now let's come to the second school of thought. When people say they want to make a lot of money, or they want to build something, or they want to solve a problem. Now, if you want to start a business to make a lot of money, again, that can be your byproduct goal. It cannot be your main goal. See, the thing is, if your main goal will be trying to make money, then you may not provide the best quality to your customers in future because you want to save money for yourself. You might not attract the best talent for your business. Why? Because you want to make money for yourself. The goal of starting and running a business should be 1, either building something that you're proud of, or 2, trying to solve a problem that you're passionate about. Of course, money is important, but money should always come as the byproduct. Any business exists because it solves a problem. The second thing that you need to understand is how passionate you are about this problem. Does this problem matter to you as a person? Now, why is that important? It is because in business sometimes you might hit a rough patch, and if you're not passionate about the problem, your logical brain will tell you to quit and move on. I heard this brilliant speech by Steve Jobs where he said this.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up.
The third thing is, validate the problem. Okay, you found a problem to solve, you're passionate about solving the problem. Now you got to understand, is it a problem, 1, which really exists for a lot of people, and 2, are people willing to pay money to solve the problem? So typical ways on how you can validate your business idea is surveys. In a survey, you got to understand from people. You can have Google Forms, you can go and talk to people physically, you can give them a call, etc. Some of them could be your friends, some of them could be beyond your immediate friend circle. You got to understand, number 1, do people have that problem? Number 2, do people want to solve that problem? And number 3, are people willing to pay to solve that problem? And finally, number 4, how much are people willing to pay? So number 3, you need to validate your problem, validate your business idea through surveys and talking to people and understanding. The fourth part comes transition. You're in your job, you're plush, you have a certain standard of living. Now you got to leave your job and start your business. Again, there are 2 kinds of people. Number 1, who quit their job and then figure out how to do things. And number 2, who transition from their job to their business life. A lot of people who follow the first path might be successful. However, I find it too risky. And I always suggest people to take this boring path of charting their route and then transitioning from their job into a business. So if I'm thinking today, okay, I need to quit my job and start my business, I need to start preparing 6, 8, 10, 12 months in advance. I cannot just drop the hat and take the decision and make the leap. And how will this transition happen? Now I know I'm spending 8 to 10 hours in my work life, so I need to make sure that, okay, what I do 9 to 5 is not in my control, but what I do 5 to 9 is completely in my control. So I need to start working on my business after working hours. Now it's going to be tough. but it's your business, your baby, and if you're passionate about it, you will push yourself into it. I will start working on Saturdays and a little bit on Sundays to make sure that I move on this business. Now, when do you quit your job? You quit your job when you establish what is called as ramen profitability. It means that, okay, maybe your standard of living right now demands that you spend certain amount of money as your monthly expenses, your leisure, your comfort, your vacations, whatever it is. What is the minimum amount of money that you can survive on? And outside of your job, have you found a way to earn that minimum amount of money to earn your bread? Once you have found sources outside of your job to have that ramen profitability, it is then that you can make the leap, put in your papers, and start off full time on your dream business. The final point that I want to convey to you is any good businessman always looks at the worst case scenario in their business. When I was a consultant, when we used to advise companies, we used to show them three things. We used to show them the best case scenario, normal case scenario, and the worst case scenario. And almost always the CEO would say, oh, chuck the best case and normal case scenario. Show me the worst case scenario. So when you're starting a business, it is great to be optimistic. You need optimism, but at the same time, you need to be prepared about the worst case scenario. In the worst case scenario, if your business does not work and you wipe out your savings, what is it that you have? So you need to make sure that you always have some savings so that you have 3 to 4 months of runway, that if your business fails, you can start off with a new job and you can earn your bread so that you can relaunch yourself. So I hope these tips helped you. Very quickly summarizing: number 1, find the problem that you want to solve. Number 2, see if you're passionate about the problem. Number 3, validate the problem. Number 4, plan your transition. Number 5, have a worst case scenario ready. And if you're ready for your worst case scenario, then anything that happens will always be better than what you're already prepared for. I wish you all the success in starting your business. If you need any help, comment below and let me know. I will see you in the next video.